Good morning. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. Nice and early this morning, guys. Sun's not come up yet. Me and Wanda was sitting here waiting for it to get a little bit of daylight where we could see. Just finished watering the high tunnel, getting it all taken care of. And I told Wanda, I said, today is the day. We're going to plant sweet potato slips today. Now, it's a little early, but y'all know me. I'm all about jumping the gun and getting things done. We had some cold weather come through. Done a little bit of leaf damage on some of our stuff here. Some of the little plants here got, the cold weather kind of got to the leaves on them here. And not only this, it kind of got our snap beans and stuff like that. It got down in the 30s, you know. Got a little bit cold on them. It didn't kill them, but it sure did bite them a little bit. But nevertheless, they still alive. We're not going to worry about it. So Ms. Wanda wanted me to show how I'm taking up some of my sweet potato slips here. I get down in there. This is what I'm looking for when I pull them up right here. I always just like pull that kind of stuff off. But see those roots? That's what you're after right there. Look at all that. Now, we put some of our sweet potatoes from last year left over into this pot probably about a month ago. And I think we showed a video on putting them in here. And it's been in the temperature has been in the 80s for like weeks. And then we had a couple of days that got down here in the high 30s and low 40s. And now the sweet potatoes have started popping up. Well, I'm ready to plant sweet potato slips, guys. I am ready. You have to be a little careful with them, because if you ain't, you'll pull the tater up out of the ground. I don't want to pull the tater up. Look at that. That right there is what you're after, right there. Now,
no water, no fuss, no water.
That's it. Now you pinch that bottom tip off of there. You don't leave it on there. Because if you got a disease, that's where it's going to come from. I get rid of all this little stuff like that. And then you got a nice little slip right there. Good roots. We'll get to this in here. We're going to get rid of all this stuff here. Ain't no need in leaving all that on there. It ain't going to hurt nothing. We're going to break this off. And you see you have the eye piece of the potato left there. Get rid of that, because that's where, if you're going to have a disease carryover, that's where it's going to be at. This one here. Get rid of those little shoots coming up there. We're going to get rid of that little potato end right there. And there we go. Guys, picture perfect sweet potato slips right there. Cannot beat that for planting in the garden. Now I have a bucket of water sitting here. And this bucket of water is full of sweet potato slips down in here. And let you in on a little bit of a secret here. This is a galvanized bucket. I leave the water sitting in the galvanized because it's got zinc in it. Zinc is a good bacteria fighter. It's a really good thing to keep your, like these I pulled, Wanda pulled some of them and I pulled some of them about a week ago. And we've been letting them just sit in the water in this zinc in here. And it kind of helps cut back on disease. Just a little bit of a hack there for you guys. Wonder why and how everything's done. Now, these sweet potato slips here came from an assorted different areas. Some of these, there was some sweet potatoes left in the high tunnels over at Deep South last year. And when we was over there this past week, Ms. Wanda went down to check on the high tunnels and come back with a whole big handful of sweet potato slips. She said, them sweet potatoes is already coming back up in that high tunnel. I was like, well, get them then, you know. So we got them and brought them over here. Some of these come out of the high tunnel right down here. Some of them come out of these pots here. We just have them stuck everywhere because the temperature fluctuation in different places is really different. And I like to see what makes them come up faster every year. It looks like the high tunnels, because they heat up so fast, is probably the best way to grow sweet potato slips in containers and do them. Now, I have a sweet potato manual that I've wrote. Many of y'all probably already have them. Those of you who don't, you can go over to our Etsy store at deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com and you can purchase you a sweet potato manual there. I tell you all about growing sweet potato slips, all about the potato themselves, how to come up with this right here. You know, different varieties, diseases, how to plant them, all that kind of stuff. Now, I normally use a forked stick But in the move to Pecan Grove, my forked stick has come up missing. And I don't know where. Do you know where it's at?
We'll look.
Because that's what I usually use to plant my sweet potatoes with.
It's here, but
It's here somewhere.
We gotta find it.
But we gotta find it. Okay, guys. I don't actually have time to go hunt up my stick because it could be in 100,000 different places when we move. And I need to get busy. So I told Wanda, I said, you know what? We're gonna head down to the woods. We're gonna find another one. So the best place to look for a sweet potato stick is a winter huckleberry because they have like the perfect trees for finding them. And it just so happened right here beside our driveway is a winter huckleberry sticking up in here. And I see lots of potentials up there, but the stick itself is not long enough on a lot of them, but there's one right here. Let me break this bib one out of the way here. There's one right here. And see, because I'm tall, let's see if we can make this one work without it breaking, because it's a dead limb. Okay. The saw's so aggressive, so this was a dead limb. Preferably is a green one, but I don't have time right now to look for a green one. So I don't know if this stick, I hope it don't break. Let's see here. It might be that it's might be too rotten. I'm not sure. It might work. Get a little bit of this outer edge off of it here for to make more of a point. Okay. We're gonna try it. That's all it takes right there. A little Y crotch. I'm kind of tall, so I can stand up here and just push them. Now the stick may break. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'd really rather have a green one, but I don't know.
Right there.
If there's an actual.
I don't know if you can reach it. Pull that down.
I can't reach it up there. I see a green one way up yonder.
All right, this is a green one. It's got a good.
It's got a good Y on it. Let me see if I don't know how long. That looks a little long.
Right in there.
Right in here somewhere.
All right.
All right. Let's get rid of that.
This is better in case the other one breaks.
Yeah, that's in case the other one breaks. Actually, it's got a lot of different good ones up here.
See how long, hold it and see if that's going to be long enough.
Probably this one right here, if I can get this dead out of here. That's out of there. Yeah, that would be dead right there, but it's...
The other one might work on the other side.
I think it might still... Might still work out all right. Man, be still. I'll go back to the Ranger. See one of them holes. Now, there we go.
Now you whittle your end where it's smoother.
I might be able to cut this. Oh, it's so aggressive. There we go. Now, got us a little Y. We'll see which one works the best. Mr. Duke, you and Sean, what are y'all doing?
Hey, little man.
You doing, baby boy? Huh? Hey, baby boy. Figure out which room you got feed left in.
You gonna start coming in the little calf?
Miss Hadassah. Huh? Come on, Miss Azup. Doing, little man. Huh? Say, baby Stormy. Okay, guys, we're up at the garden, and I actually came up here 3 days ago, and I fertilized and laid off 2 rows right here with my Cub tractor. But we came back this morning to plant the sweet potatoes, and all we got is big old giant clods of dirt, and it's not going to be good. They'll twist your ankle and everything. So I've got to redo this. I got to re-till it, go get my Cub, come back and relay it off. The fertilizer's in the ground. I'm not worried about that. It's just that now it's just going to be tilled up in the ground everywhere. But I can't have big giant dirt clods to twist our ankles and stuff like that. And plus it's right up close to the English peas here, and it would make it rough on us trying to pick English peas and having dirt clods and all that kind of stuff there. We just got to redo it, you know. It's one of those things. It just happens, you know. It is what it is. they don't have good roots, I'm gonna leave them in the water a little longer. They got some roots, but I want good roots.
Gotta clean your stick.
Yeah, that fork gets dirt crammed in it and don't want to turn loose of the plant. And we'll come back and water them in a little while. We just got to get them in the ground. All right, we're up to about, I think it's about 45 right now. I don't actually know how many's in the bucket, but we'll know when we finish. All right, everybody. We planted our slips. It's been what has it been? How long has it been, baby? About 3-4 days ago.
Yeah.
Since we planted our slips, we had 63 slips that we put in the garden up here, and this is like 3 days later after I pulled them all up, and I come here and look, and there's a pretty good little assortment of them coming up right here. We just pulled them all out of here, and they're starting to come back. I mean, they're popping up everywhere in here, right there. So, sweet potatoes is a gift that keeps on giving. I found a pot back here a while ago, I guess from last year. Yeah, I was back here looking at my plum trees, and there is a sweet potato slip coming up in here. So evidently, there was some sweet potatoes left in this pot. Well, I come over here and looked in my pot. It's got my dill, it's got my cucumbers and my basil. And I looked right here. Now this ain't gonna make it right here. I don't know why that's even laying there, but look at that. You know what that is? That's a sweet potato. This pot must have had a sweet potato left down in it also.
We're going ahead and harvesting our cauliflower. This will be the last of it.
Yeah, this will be the last of it. Boy, it breaks my heart.
We'll have some for a few days.
Sun's getting so hot here in the high tunnel. So
And these are cool weather plants.
these are
but
cool
look at
weather.
that.
Look at that.
You can't ask for no prettier cauliflower. And we've got,
There one there?
yeah, there's
Oh,
4.
look at that one.
That one's big. We've got 4 here and 1 up front, I think, and that'll be all of them.
Yeah, it don't matter how much water you put in these beds. When it gets this hot in here,
It just dries out.
the plants just wilt down. They're not made for this kind of heat.
And this is April.
Yeah, look at that.
That is absolutely
Isn't that
gorgeous. One more.
I think we got another in here, don't we?
Yep. One
Right
more.
there. Look at that. Look at all them cauliflower. Man, if that ain't pretty. Well, guys, pretty hot out here in the high tunnel right now, but everything's coming along good. We're going to do a high tunnel update here probably the next day or so, because these are starting to put their little grapes on up here. See the little grapes there and there? I'd like for them to get just a little bit further along, and maybe do it in the morning, not out here in a 100-degree temperature. I think we're going to pick up our harvester of cauliflower. We're going to go ahead and get it in the house, get out of this heat. And we've showed you the extra sweet potato slips we got coming on. Like I said, we got 63 of them. Our goal is for 600 this year. So just kind of stay with us and watch and see if we can actually accomplish that goal out of these few raised beds that we have. Matter of fact, I look down, here's one right here. Look at it. They're everywhere. I've got things stuck everywhere. But anyway, stay with us and let's just look and see how well sweet potatoes do. These sweet potatoes have been in here for over a year in these beds and pots and stuff like that. I forgot they were even in there from last year. So as they pop up, join us and watch us plant them in the garden. Let's see if we can reach our 600 slips goal this year. Thank you guys from Pecan Grove.